Oh my God. Hi. You know it's a spoopy stream when you get the spoopy intro. How's everybody doing? Welcome in, welcome in. Lattes in chat, lattes in chat. Listen, I've got another cold brew. So we all know what happened last time Raven had a cold brew while streaming. I was so tired. I'm like fighting off a nap. It's the white chocolate macadamia nut one. I'm sure it's chock full of sugar too, and extremely bad for me. How's everybody doing? We're here for the spoopies. Um, Probably gonna try and keep it to like hour and a half or so. I've got a couple of YouTube videos in a playlist. I've got some Twitter clips I saved. We're gonna go listen. Food. Central to life, right? Something we all love and enjoy, some more than others. Um, and there's a lot. There's a lot. Like I can do a whole separate stream just on Monsanto and all their bullshit. So let me say hi to the chat. I know I saw a Chef Maiku, a Creakin. How you doing? Trolling Annie, Sarah K, Diffalicious, because she's delicious. Duke. Yeah. Hey, Duke. Sorry, Duke. I'm sorry. It took so long for a spoopy stream, Duke. Oh, my goodness. And I'm sure more will find their way in as we're streaming. I know a couple other people are live, and people are here for the drama, not the spoopy, and that's fine with me because I enjoy the spoopy more than the drama. But. So, who has anyone seen the videos going around lately of people getting weird produce, specifically fruit, bananas, watermelon, free shavakadoos, otherwise known as avocado? If you know what that's from, you have my heart. I unironically called avocados free shavakadoos at the farmer's market yesterday. And like the older guy looked at me like I was nuts, and the young kids started laughing. I was looking the free shavakadoos. Well, a few of these clips will be repetitive. And just a disclaimer, we're here, right? This is entertainment. This is just for fun and to have a little discussion. And I personally realize and will relate to anyone watching this now or shout out replay crew. Um, this is social media, right? The point of social media is views, clicks, and engagement. I understand that some of these, or at least some aspects of them, may not be real. So we're going to operate under the guise of this might be real, it's fun to think it is, and we're here for entertainment. Okay? Can confirm again, I wanted to include some of all the Monsanto nonsense. If you know who and what Monsanto is and their shenanigans in the farming industry, it's absolutely crazy. Um I know GMOs, right? Like genetically modified food is a hot topic. Some people say it's fine, other people are against it. As per usual, I'm somewhere in the middle. I'm like, I get, farming is very industrialized now. It's very efficient. We're trying to produce uh, a whole lot of food for a whole lot of people very quickly. So, I will say I just opted to kind of not include the Monsanto because I felt like if I was only going to touch on it a little bit, that deserves its whole other stream. So, free ship. Listen, who said that? The Creakin'. I will time you out. I listen, the free shavakadoos. I just Oh, yeah. See, Duke knows. Duke's after my heart. Get your free shavakadoos. It just came out. Like I didn't even think to call it an avocado. I was like, ooh, they have a good deal on free shavakadoos. And my mom knew exactly what I was talking about. That poor woman. We got some delicious tomatoes. I will say that this is all like grown by local farmers. It's a farmer's market. Got some local honey. I picked up some ice cream made by this dude, again, locally, small batch. It's root beer float ice cream. The fatty in me, skinny ankles and all, is so fucking excited. I picked up some, uh, like a chili crisp type moment, but it's got more oil in it, which I'm always dipping. So I'm very excited about that. I got donut peaches. If you can find donut peaches, they're peaches, but they're flat and they look like donuts. The taste is a little different. Oh my god, they're so good. Highly recommend them. I got a couple of those. We got some sweet corn. Um, I I got one thing I can't say what it is because it's a Christmas present for somebody that might be listening to this. I'm just saying I'm starting my Christmas shopping. God, what else did we get? Mom signed up and got some senior coupons. I was like, hell yeah, with your old ass. You go, girl. Get $5 off. Oh, I had one at the farmer's market yesterday. They're like, you want a sample? And I forget they just hand you like a whole ass piece of the fruit to try. And I'm like, this is great. Um, I had to hold off from buying a lot of other things I wanted because I know we've been like grilling out every day. There's so much food in this house between cooking, leftovers, all that stuff. So I'm like, let me calm down and not buy a million things. But the free shavakadoos, they were Haas shavakadoos, and they were like three for $5, and they were a good size too. Like that's a good deal on the shavakadoos. I feel like I need to make a free shavakadoo emoji now. I managed to make the new latte emoji. Changed it out for Waluigi. Sorry, Waluigi Nags. But I want to have emojis we're gonna use. So I okay. So Monsanto's a whole thing, right? I will say personally, I have noticed, especially in like the last 5 years, for sure, produce, like fruit, just isn't the same as it was. Has anyone else noticed? Say again, just regular pears. You buy some from the store, they're not quite ripe, not quite softened up yet. But if you bring them home, they're going to ripen up in a couple days, do the little paper bag trick, all that good stuff. And the last couple of years, we just stopped buying them because we would buy a couple of peaches. They'd be hard as a rock and we would wait for them to ripen, but it's like they would never ripen. There was no in between stage. It was like they were hard as a rock or they started to shrivel up and dry out, but were still unripened. It's like produce, especially fruit. And I like fruit. I'm more of a veggie girl. Like I love zucchini, grilled zucchini, mushrooms, red onions with some of that Olive Garden dressing on it on the grill. Oh my god, it's fantastic. Try it. But like the produce has been weird. Pears have always been assholes. Pears are that fruit where, you're waiting for them to ripen up and you leave the room and they're like, okay, now, everybody ripen. And then they just turn to mush. Pears have always been assholes. I love pears, but they're jerks. We've been buying a lot of berries lately. And I know strawberries, raspberries, blackberries, they don't particularly last a long time as it is, but we check them in the store, bring them home, transport them carefully, And then within like a day, maybe 2 on the counter, you go to take a strawberry out, and from the middle of the container out, it's just they were fine 2 days before. Now all of a sudden just mold. And I'm like, "What the hell is going on?" Nothing compared to what we're going to watch. Again, some of this is a few of these clips are going to be repetitive. And then I've got a couple of other things, and I've been getting a lot of videos about how like all the all the food in China is fake. We're going to talk about a couple of different things. So let's watch this Twitter one first. Or it's a YouTube one rather. And then I pulled up, there's 2 links in the description. One is for Isaiah Robin, and another one is for a channel called, I think it's China Observer. Hey, Shadow Hair, T Girl, Andy. I didn't miss anyone, did I? Okay. So let me share my screen. So this first clip is just it's like a small little compilation of some of the things I've been seeing with like rubbery watermelon. Have you seen the free shavakadu, the avocado? There's shavakadoos on this channel now, where it looks like it's a plastic fruit. And for all I know, it could be. Again, I understand how social media works and clicks and views. I tried finding the clip where the like lady cut into her watermelon and it was like the texture of meat. And I'm fully aware vegans will substitute watermelon and they'll marinate it and use it as like a steak or a raw ahi tuna substitute. This was not that. This was like cut open watermelon. It looks like meat. So let's watch this one and then let's talk about it. Okay. So this channel is called Danny Reyes, Rayes. And this has some of the clips. And again, a few of these are repetitive, but all right, here we go. Can we see? Is it good? Hold on, let me take the comment down so you guys can see this. All right. Hey, Kala. We're talking about weird produce. Okay. Which there's my tab. I got so many open tabs. And my Twitter is linked in the description. Please go check my Twitter. She got them Baja Blast forearms. Okay. I guess there's no sound. Where's the sound? Do we see this though? Why is there no sound? So we've got, and again, we're going to go over this. I don't know why there is no sound coming through my headphones. Oh, no, I don't want to give myself a super. Oh, I don't want to give him a super thanks. Oh, wait. Sorry.
It was super stretchy and inedible. And again, when this person bought avocados in Texas that felt like Play-Doh. It's even been happening to bananas. And this popular TikToker swears that there was a fake blueberry made out of silicone in the pack of real blueberries that she allegedly bought from Costco. And as a result, everyone in the comments is freaking out, saying that the fruits are being pumped with growth hormones, and others are saying that they will only be shopping at farmers markets from now on. Something bad is happening to the fruit in America.
Right.
Hundreds of people on TikTok are
We're going to let it go one more time. Sorry.
reporting that anytime they buy produce from the grocery store, it's super rubbery and almost feels fake. It happened to this woman when she bought watermelon for her kids, as it was super stretchy and inedible. And again, when this person bought avocados in Texas that felt like Play-Doh. It's even been happening to bananas. And this popular TikToker swears that there was a fake blueberry made out of silicone in the pack of real blueberries that she allegedly bought from Costco. And as a result, everyone in the comments is freaking out, saying that the fruits are being pumped with growth hormones, and others are saying that they will only be shopping at farmers markets from now on. Something bad.
Like, do we see that? Do we see that? Do we see how fucking weird that is? Like I've gotten fruits with like weird textures. Like sometimes, you get like a red delicious. That's a little more grainy, but it's fruit. It's natural. It's not going to be perfect across the board, right? This stuff is like, and again, we're approaching this from the viewpoint of some of these clips, some of these people could be a total put on, click views, money, 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 engagement, all that stuff. So we are approaching this from entertaining. What if it is real, right? So please keep that in mind. Chef says, I have questions. I don't think I want to know the answers. Oh, hold on. Oh, no, hold on. I'm messing up my stuff. Dang it. Oh, great. I just lost all my fucking tabs I had open. Gosh darn it. Hold on. Raven's back here clicking stuff. Messing shit up. All right. Let me pull up. Because I have some other stuff. So I'm researching this. The stuff I had coming up, just in general, you guys, was wild. There's like 50 million different subjects I could do streams on. Let me get to my YouTube. Ooh, I've got to. If I don't know, I think I'll do it. No, I'm going to do it tonight. I have 5 more memberships to gift. Again, it's weird. Like I said, the produce has been going wonky for a while for me. So let me go in here. And I'm going to because I've got 5 more memberships I can gift. So there. Hey Cree, how you doing? So there's my other 5 memberships. Shadow Hair Cree, Cherry Snow, Risa, Share Bear. Is that 5? Because sometimes YouTube is wilding out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, 5. Yay. So that's all 10 for the month. All right. And then let me get into my playlist because I found this one guy. And I liked his commentary. His name is Isaiah Robin. And his link is in the chat. Sorry, I'm like all distracted. And he's called Fake Fruit. So hold on, let me share my screen. Sorry, oh my god. It's the cold brew. I blame it on the cold brew. You guys are very welcome. Enjoy your memberships. We got a new little latte emoji going on down here. I'm gonna change some out and change some around. So, like I said, I've been buying, the produce we've been buying for the last couple of years. And you wait all summer. You wait all summer and you're like, oh my God, I just want a ripe, juicy peach, the fruit. Get your mind out of the gutter. I just want a ripe, juicy peach. I like on a hot summer day, and it's just like so good. And they go from like hard to dry and shriveled. That sounds so wrong. Why did I have to use peach as an example? Don't mind me. I'm just streaming. I'll just take a nap in the middle of stream if I need to. Oh my God, I know Sarah K. Sarah K says, oh my God, so close to 1 year. Roots Jedi Burb. I know. I'm working on the 1 year dumpster member badge, and I haven't quite perfected it yet. I'm gonna have to throw some of the examples in the Discord with the girls and see what they think. So, and thank you so much for being a member for 10 months and for moderating and being such a good friend. I love you. I like Duke. He comments like me. He just throws up a peach. So Isaiah's link is in my description. And I dropped his link in my thread if any of the girls wanna. Because I liked his commentary and his viewpoint. So let's watch his take on this.
This episode we're gonna be talking about different grocery stores having fake fruit at the grocery stores. I've seen way too many videos at this point, and I'm going to give you guys a story on what happened to me actually in real life because I see different comments.
Ooh, sorry, Andy. They had the most beautiful Rainier cherries at the. If you guys look, find a farmer's market around you, even if it's like a 30 or 40-minute, 45-minute drive, like out of town or wherever. Go. It's the produce is you get more for your money. We had some tomatoes. I made some grilled chicken leg quarters today. They were delicious. And we had a salad and we chopped up one of the tomatoes we purchased yesterday and put it in there. And oh my God, it tastes like it's homegrown. It actually tastes like a fucking tomato. Seek out a farmer's market. And if you can go, go. Because like I can tell the difference in the fruit. And again, find those donut peaches. They're so good. Really. Oh, Duke says peaches here in South Carolina are great, but I have had exactly what you're talking about before. Yeah, it's just so weird. It's like I don't know. The fruit's been weird for the past couple of years. For sure 5, definitely 3. Creakin, thank you so much for being a member for 10 months. 10 months. Oh my God. Also, you don't need cold brews no more. I don't. I don't think I need cold brews anymore either. Oh, and then Creek gifted a membership. Duke, welcome to being a Spoopy Bird. Yay. Thank you so much for gifting a membership, Creek. You guys are awesome. I appreciate everyone being here and your support. If you would like to give a thumb, you can give a thumb. If not, by all means, you keep your thumb and you do whatever you'd like with your thumb. It's your thumb.
Saying things like, "Is this actually real, or are people posting this just for views?" No, it's definitely real, and I'm going to give you my own experience at the end of this video. But let's just start it off with a couple of different videos just to show you guys what we're talking about when we talk about rubber fruit, fake fruit, different things that are modified in stores and put in stores for you to eat. First video I want to go to is an Osborne, somebody in the Osborne family. I don't know if it's the niece, the granddaughter.
Oh,
But her name is Ari Osborne, and she had
this is the blueberry one. This is the lady that said she'll tell you she bought a pint of blueberries at Costco, gave them to her toddler, and she explains the whole thing. But you can see one looks like it's made out of silicone. I mean, we all know they're messing with the food, right? And Cree, I know vaguely of what you're talking about. The dumping of cherries to jack up the prices still makes me so angry. Yeah. I know kind of vaguely on that. Look how many like chicken processing plants have burned down and now there's like the bird flu's on the horizon. You put all this shit together and I'm like, I see what's going on. I see what you're doing. I can't say what I see on YouTube, but I see what's going on. And I love chicken. I love chicken. I also grilled 2 extra chicken breasts that I had marinated in like a little bit of olive oil, yogurt, chipotle, garlic and onion powder, a little. Don't be afraid of the MSG. Don't be afraid of MSG. A little bit of MSG. Grilled those up, let them cool, shredded them by hand. So then I just have like chicken at the ready to stuff into my chicken quesadillas because it's one of my favorite things to make in the summer when it's hot. Chicken breasts were never this big. Chickens were never this big. Now because it's consumer demand. You know, a chicken breast used to be half the size of what it was. And don't buy those the chicken tenders. And if you do, you got to pull out the big artery. Just buy chicken breast, trim it up and cut it up yourself. Don't be buying that shit. Amberlynn Reed buys that shit. Pisses me off. Our food, whether it's livestock, fruits, vegetables, yes, I understand some of it's been genetically modified and I understand the reasons for it. Just like anything else, there's a not so good side to everything. And do we think we're seeing it in this weird fruit?
Rubber blueberry that was in the blueberry case that she was feeding her child. Check this video out.
I don't really ever post TikTok videos, but I felt this deserved a post. I gave my daughter a bowl of blueberries the other day, and I take what's left in her little bowl and I put it.
Cree, are you talking about like the zombie wasting disease with the deer? Is that what you're referring to? In chat, Cree said, even the stuff going on with the deer, so you can't provide for yourself if you are capable. I assume that's what you're talking about. I'm writing that down. Zombie deer.
It down
For a stream.
the
Zombie deer.
garbage disposal. And I push the button. It's doing its thing, but there's a clinking, and it sounds like something's stuck. So I go in the drain, and there's a blueberry that's not breaking apart. It's not doing anything. It's what's making the noise. And I pick it up, and why is there a rubber blueberry in my toddler's snack? It went from carton. I washed what was in the carton. I put it in a bowl. And then I took from the bowl a couple of blueberries to give her for a snack.
Well, even though she's a toddler, I don't know if that means like 2, 3, 4 years old. You should be cutting up the blueberries just in case. Choking hazard. Cut them up, cut them in half. What do we think? What do we think about this? So, went to Costco, bought the blueberries, brought them home. Toddler wants a snack. Okay, cool. Takes blueberries out, like washes them, puts them on a plate for the toddler. She doesn't eat all of them. She, for whatever reasons, decide to put what's left over down the drain. This one's going around and around and around, and it looks like it's made of silicone.
This came from the carton of blueberries. My husband cut it in half. I really don't know if you can see it that well.
Oh, can you guys see that? So her husband cut it in half. Like, yeah, that doesn't look like fruit. Oh my God, I want to. I hate this. Yeah. So, when we're all living on diets of chicken nuggets and ramen, although, have you guys seen that microscope video? I'm not going to go into detail. I'm just going to say the channel that does like prepared foods like ramen and Cheetos under the microscope. If you've seen that video, just say yes. Please don't put in the chat what happens in that clip for anyone that hasn't seen it, because but let's be honest. No food is free of bugs. And I love these girls that, you know, like the Gen Z influencers, and they'll be like, oh my God, there was a bug on my strawberry. And it's like, yeah, girl, it grows in the dirt outside in a field. You're good. That's why you got to wash it first. Like, yeah, it's disgusting. Disgusting. Yeah, that's not a blueberry. Looks disgusting. Yeah, like, can we see like this texture? It looks, I mean, it's a video, it's paused. It uh that is not the inside of a blueberry and I've been eating blueberries for 45 years.
Glistening, it's silicone. It's a silicone blueberry.
I hope you understand why this is so dangerous. She was going to feed this to her toddler. The toddler can choke after something like that and die.
Yep.
You wonder what's going on with the toddler. You think they're just eating, think they're just choking on regular fruit. No, it's fake.
I went down a hole online, TikTok, YouTube, Apparently, this is a thing. There's a lot of conspiracy theories with it. It's happening a lot. Has anyone else had this happen? What do I do? What if she had eaten it? It is a solid rubber blueberry. She is
Well,
under 2.
Mm-mm.
I got this.
as long as it doesn't get stuck, God forbid she chokes on it, she'll probably just pass by. She'll probably just poop it out. I mean, I know it's not good because stomach acid is extremely powerful. I know everyone likes to make fun of DC because of her GERD. Your burb has the GERD. GERD is the word. And when you have stomach acid coming up constantly out of your stomach into your throat, your esophagus, it can cause lesions, it can cause cancer. Stomach acid is no joke. So your stomach acid could break down that silicone a little bit. Like it probably won't break down the whole thing, and then your body's absorbing it. So definitely not good. But like I'm gonna
It's at Whole Foods also. Organic. I was trying to
hey Tizzy.
do the right thing. And
Oh.
this is what happened. It's super realistic. What is going on?
Whole
Nice.
Foods is my spot too. I mean, one of them. You
Mm.
know, as far as like fruits, boy, oh boy, there's like an orange juice there that's like $11. When I seen it, I was like, orange juice for $11. But I bought it and it was so refreshing. So to see something like this coming out of Whole Foods is just disturbing. What's going on? What's going on, Dub F?
Yep, Shadow Hair says stomach acid can cause problems from the other end too. Oh, some of you may not know, I had an endoscopy and colonoscopy on May 2nd. Was hospitalized on May 7th because well, and they think it's due to like being put under anesthesia. I got hospitalized for the second time. I was in the hospital for 3 days, had a blood clot in my leg, one in each lung, and I am now on Eliquis for the rest of my life. Shout out. Had an IV in each arm, but the chicken soup was delicious, and I found no rubber veggies in my soup.
I have to make a call to the owner. Just don't understand it. I also want to show you guys these strawberries.
Want to explain that to me? Store bought and from a farm. Just got these.
Now here's what's crazy, right? About these strawberries. This is what blew my mind because I thought the white was regular.
Mm-mm.
I
Keep in mind there's different variations of strawberries. Like wild strawberries are going to be smaller. They're going to be more like this one on the left where they're more red. Yeah, this doesn't look normal to me. This does. Or somewhere in the middle. But again, people want more. People want more. They want bigger. So which one of these looks normal to you guys? Like from where you're from, what you've grown up eating, has it changed? Let me know.
I've been eating that white strawberry for I don't know how long. Have you? I mean, when I seen this video, it blew my mind. I'm like, oh my goodness.
Right?
What is that to the right? The left is farm grown, fully red, look juicy.
Delicious.
Getting me juicy mouthed right now. Just getting me juicy mouthed right now.
You see why I wanted to watch him? I like him. Again, his link is in my description. If one of the girls wants to grab it and drop it, I was looking through his channel. He's got 170,000 subscribers. He does not need my help, but I just really enjoyed him and his commentary on this and in general. Isaiah Robin is his name, and I just think he's great.
Now I look to the right and I'm like, what is going on? So many different things are happening to different people as far as
Right?
their body is concerned. Internal organs,
Oh.
different things because of something being put inside of you that you don't even know what it is.
Again, and I'm sure, again, this is farm grown, wild is going to be over here. Your GMO mass produced on demand is going to be this. Yeah. And these are like, I look at this and I'm like, your teeth sink in, you know, it's ripe, it's soft, but not mushy. It's sweet. It tastes like strawberry. This to me, no flavor. You gotta like, you should be able to bite into a strawberry with your front teeth. This, your back teeth in this bitch over here. This is almost like apple, like, you know, to me. This isn't good. And if you want me to eat this, you better cover this bitch in chocolate. That's all I'm saying.
Explain that to me. Store-bought and from a farm. Just got these from a common grocery store. They're white. These came super small. There were some bigger pieces. Size and the color.
Yes, Kala. Yes. Bring your bags.
Yo, I'm not gonna front with you. The farm strawberries look mad good.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, I'm gonna try to see where I can find some of those at. I'm gonna do my own video. I thought the bigger the strawberry, the better. Like, oh my goodness, this bad boy.
You can grow quite a bit of food in a small area. Like this, I have like this, it's more like clay in my backyard. Anything I grow has to be in pots and it has to be raised up. I'm looking at you, Jasper. I've got a whole thing of green onions I grew from seed last year. I've got green onions coming out the wazoo, and we bought a tomato plant this year. And that's the extent of it. I would eventually like to get or build some like raised garden beds so I can grow more of my own food. More and more people are turning to like homesteading, using what little space they have, even if they're living in an urban environment of some sort, doing little urban gardens. We really need to start growing our own food. If you can get chickens, right? If you're allowed to have them, your zoning laws, all that stuff, get your own chickens. Canning, preserving, fermenting, so important, so good for you, and all of that has been lost because we just all go to the grocery store now. We don't have to worry about preserving food or fermenting food, and fermented food is so good for your gut biome. But we're not eating it anymore. But we'll go buy mass-produced kombucha or Olipop. No. Learn how to ferment some shit at home. Like, have control over your food from start to finish.
Boy has been juiced up. It's been working its way. It's beat his other relatives. It's strong. Don't judge him by the outside appearance. Judge him by the inside. The Lord says, hallelujah. I'm sure you guys the avocados. Because we just going down the line. We just going down the line so you guys can see whether you have fake fruit or not.
They are selling fake avocados in Texas.
This is wild.
Rubbery.
What's happening to the shavakadoos? Listen, I love a shavakadoo. Give me some free shavakadoo toast with a little bit of everything but the bagel seasoning on top, on some like whole grain bread. Ooh, we bought a loaf of rosemary garlic. We thought it was sourdough. It's not sourdough. We have gone through half of this loaf of bread already. I'm going to make a grilled cheese with it. Bitch, I'm so excited. I made croutons for the salad. It's been a fantastic week. The weather's been beautiful. I've had some great fresh non-Monsanto produce. Like, it's been a good week. What the fuck is happening with this shavakadoo? Like, great, you can slice it. Try to make guacamole with this. Better yet, just keep it and use it as a home invasion deterrent. You don't need firearms. Just get some shavakadoos and chuck them at people.
There you go.
Rubber, I mean, that's crazy. It's like a toy.
Yes, do some field reporting, Chef. Yes. We'll send you out to the grocery store next time, and I'll be like, go, or you can go buy stuff. We'll work it out. Chef is our field reporter.
Fake avocados in Texas.
It's like a whole toy.
Jeez.
My goodness. Let's try the bananas.
So my mother was showing me that
Okay. The avocado to me, right? The shavakadu. I'm going to say I'm 50-50. Because again, this is social media. Clicks, views, engagement. Was that real? I don't know. That could have been some sort of a prop, something they made to be like, oh, we see these other ones, or let's put this and we'll get like 1 million views. And you know what I mean? It's social media. The avocado, I'm 50-50 on. This, you can see there's a little thing, right? The little bunch of banana, the little strap. And here's the mom, and she's going to open the banana. This one, I believe.
she opened the banana, that she thinks that these are not real bananas. We got it from the supermarket, but when she opens it,
And this is how your banana should be ripe. If you're eating an all yellow banana that's still green at the top, you're doing it wrong. It should have some color on it, some brown spots, some black spots, because that's when it's ripe and it's sweet. That's how you eat a banana.
and she breaks it in half, it gets very tough and doesn't really break.
Cotton.
And
Oh my
when
God.
it pulls, it's like it's glue. It's very tight
What?
and doughy.
What
I've
is
never
that?
ever seen a banana.
Yeah, something's going on with that banana. For sure. Something's going on with all these fruits. Now, this isn't every fruit.
What the hell? And I like bananas. Listen, fun fact about me, I do not like any type of melon. I do not like watermelon, cantaloupe. I do not like any type of watermelon, and I do not like cucumbers. I'm down for everything else. Those are the 2 things I don't like. So fuck this watermelon. Fuck this watermelon. But it was a little ripe. It was here Kate Winslet, you absolute legend, you. Kate Winslet's got to come in and rain on my conspiracy parade.
Right, at different stores. But I do want you guys to watch out for the fruit that you are actually buying. Right? Now here's my own story. It happened with me with chicken. It happened with me with chicken.
Yeah, I think the free shavakadu was like, questionable. Like I think that was, that was made for social media. The banana is like weird to me. It was, it had some brown spots and some black spots. I think that was a perfect banana. And yes, they do. Kate has a good point in all this, because this is just entertainment. They do. They cut bananas, they harvest a lot of fruits and vegetables way ahead of time. That way it can be transported to the store. Absolutely true. I still think something's up with the food.
My friend was cooking pasta with chicken pasta, some kind of Alfredo chicken pasta, something like that. Smelled delicious. I was ready to dive in to this meal, right? So I got it. I started eating it. I realized the first chicken was just chewing it a little too long. You know what I mean? It's just a little too long. I'm wondering what's going on with this chicken is being chewed a little too long. I don't usually chew chicken this long. Then I start, doing a little bites where I do that and look at it. I started seeing like it was some kind of cotton type chicken. Oof. It's giving me goosebumps now thinking about it.
I don't know what kind of chicken they had, but like if you add chicken like to your shit at Olive Garden, or the quote chicken at Subway, which Subway's trash, don't eat there. Go to like Firehouse, or don't go to Jimmy John's, because the owner of Jimmy John's is a big game hunter. There's no reason to do that in this day and age. Fuck, don't be shooting lions, sir. It's not 1903. Like, calm down. I'll grab a Firehouse. There's Jersey Mike's, right? But Jimmy John's and Subway can fuck off. the chicken is actually mainly like a soy-based product of some sort, and then they'll mix it with like chicken meat and cook it into the chicken patty, air quotes, chicken patty. So you're mainly getting soy. And that's why if you have a soy allergy, right? If you're sensitive to soy, because soy fucks with your hormones, there's an over-the-counter like hormone replacement type aid for women. It's soy based. I had a friend that when she was pregnant, she was pregnant with a boy, she avoided any sort of soy products as much as she could because soy fucks with your hormones, man. And you think you're eating chicken breast. Nay, nay, nay. It's like 75% soy.
But I went through the experience myself. We ended up having to throw the whole dinner away. Ever since then, we don't buy frozen chicken from the frozen sections. I go straight to the butcher.
And that frozen chicken where it's like, the ones I mean, listen, I love Mama and Josh. Mama needs to get her shit together. Like the chicken wing pieces or the chicken breasts where they're frozen, but each individual piece has like that weird ice kind of coating around it. Nope. Abso-fucking-lutely not. No, ma'am. No fucking ma'am. Don't buy that shit. And if you do, defrost it and fucking wash your chicken.
Let's chop it up. We're gonna take that straight to the butcher. There's alternative stores where you can buy like steak from, you guys. The best steak and that, as far as that type of meat is concerned. There's also alternative stores where you can buy things that are not toxic for you as far as chemicals and products that are plant-based products.
I've tried things like Beyond Burger and stuff. I'm not big on that either. Oh, it's plant-based. Y'all ever flip that shit over and look at the ingredients? The 50,000,001 ingredients in that, which, ooh, do you want to do a poll? I have a question for you. Hold on, let's do a poll. Hold, please. Let's do a poll. I got to get back to my channel because I'm out in these YouTube streets hitting buttons. View your channel. Go to my live stream. Just please. Thank you very much. Let me mute myself. I hate my voice. All right. Start a poll. Okay. Let me see if I can spell right. Would you eat okay. We're going to do a quick little poll because I'm curious to know your answers. It is very processed, Annie. Would you eat lab-grown meat? Like it's meat. It's not a plant-based alternative. And I'm still learning about it because it fucking freaks me out. I'm to the point where I'm just, unless I'm getting like cheddar brats or something from the butcher, it's whole cuts of meat. Whole pieces of chicken, steaks, stuff like that. I'm not big on pork. This lab-grown meat, and the first time I clotted, I learned there's such a thing as like glue meat. I forget what it's called. Chef might know. But they'll take like the leftover trim bits of, say like fillets or something, and they dust it with the stuff and they call it or meat glue and wrap it up and it glues all the meat together. And you've got to be really careful because if you're someone like me that's prone to blood clots, this shit can fuck you up. So even in restaurants, you got to be careful. And I've asked before, like, you guys don't use meat glue, do you? And they're like, oh no. I'm like, So we're going to let the rest of. I'm dropping stuff. I feel like Peanut on this stream. I just need to start banging on my microphone. Shut up, Peanut. All right, we'll watch the rest of Isaiah while that poll runs.
I'm going to put a description for those stores down beneath because I switched to those stores. A lot of my family have switched to those stores. Millions have switched to those stores. It's really a lot of people who just on the outside looking in who are still involved with a lot of different things as far as chemicals are concerned. But you can switch. Amen. But as far as my story goes, we threw the whole chicken away. Haven't had that situation again. Thank the Lord. But there's fake food out here. There's fake fruit out here going on. Just throwing it out there. They're making stuff. A lot of these people who are higher up are just money hungry. They'll give you anything. They don't look at us like human beings. They look at us like animals.
Yep.
It's as straight up as I can be. They look at you like an animal. Come out of that place, you guys. Let's start looking at each other and depending on each other. Hallelujah. Depending on God. Depending on each other through God. Hallelujah. With Christ as the foundation. Amen. Love you guys. Let me know what you think. If you guys have had an experience yourself, please put it in the comments. I'm definitely.
Yeah, and this video is linked in my description. If you have time, I would read through the comments. Hey, Tank. Hey, Fat Llama. How you doing? Ooh, all right, let's go over to the poll. Has everyone voted? Just a fun little poll. 114 people voted. And every one of you said no. And I absolutely fucking agree. It freaks me out. No. And I'm not here to be like, oh, vegans or whatever. I mean, I eat meat. I also eat a lot of fish. And Mama Burb and I try to do, vegetarian once, maybe twice a week, depending. And I'm not here to criticize. I really don't care how people eat. Just do your own research on it. Because I know a lot of people, like Rad is vegan. And she had her reasons for going vegan, and I respect those. But even a plant-based diet is like, okay, it's plant-based, but I know a lot of people that end up going vegan, but then they're eating a lot of processed foods, or like it's cheese, but it's not cheese. And then, okay, you're eating more plants per se. What do they spray on plants? Chemicals, pesticides, all kinds of weird shit. So is that necessarily better? People get E. coli all the time from what? Lettuce and stuff. Because of stuff they're using in the field. And you have these farm workers out in the middle of a huge field. Where do you think they go to the bathroom when they got to stop? Do you think they're going to spend 45 minutes round trip driving 5 miles back and then coming? No, they're in a porta potty or they're going straight in the field. Are they washing their hands? Not always very well. And I'm not trying to demean anybody. I'm just saying it's a logistical fact. What are you talking about? Oh. I know. I like protein pack snacks when it's all chips and cookies, glitter and lasers. Yeah, miss, I can't walk a half a mile back to the cruise ship, but I did a 5K. Okay, girl. Ooh. Chef says we had a recall of cilantro due to E. coli. I think it was a code word for poop cilantro. Poop cilantro? I like cilantro. It tastes a little bit like soap to me, but I still enjoy it. So when I was trying to find all these clips and whatnot, I had some wild things come up. Now, me being the conspiracy theorist I am, I think, like, okay, Monsanto's a business is a business. You know me, I do believe there is a global agenda. I'll say that. I have to be very careful when I say on YouTube. I think there is an overall plan for bad things. And one of the quickest ways to get to people is our food supply, right? Because we all have to eat. Oh, and side note, did you see those fucking idiots today? The climate activists defaced and vandalized fucking Stonehenge. I hate it here. I love wax beans. If you've never had a wax bean, I love a 3-bean salad with like extra wax beans in it. I'm sorry. Cree says, I cried when I ate my last can of wax beans. My grandma and grandpa grew and canned. Part missing them, apart I knew that. Oh, where the bean was from decades. Oh. Soylent Green is made of people. What did Chef say? Okay. So, no, yeah, I agree. Stop petroleum, stop oil. Then the world's not going to run. And half of what you're wearing is made from it. I can't. I'm not saying we shouldn't recycle and like reduce our carbon emissions and treat the earth kindly, but like I've watched so many videos where different environmentalists have like sat and done the math, and they're basically, it's like, with the amount of trees and stuff and how much they clean, and it's like we're ahead of the game and whatever. Again, I think, listen, I was told as a child in the 1980s I wouldn't be able to go outside when I was a teenager because of all the acid rain. Right? If you look through the decades, there's some sort of like environmental catastrophe they predicted within 20 years and it never happens. I'm just saying, I think the earth goes through a natural cycle. And while to a very small percentage, human beings being here and all of our shenanigans may be influencing that in some way, good, bad, or in between, like everyone needs to calm down. I think it's just the earth's natural cycle because the earth isn't going to stop its natural climate/weather cycle because it's like, oh, I have these little creatures living on me now called humans. Let me not do what I've been doing. Like, the earth doesn't care, man. And then you've got people like Sunny Hostin. Well, she actually said this. Hold on. I need to see if I can find this shit. Hold on. Let me see if I can find this clip. Sunny Hostin. Yes, there it is. There it is. This dumb bitch. Just wait, let me find. Oh my God. When she said this, I was like, this is the person people are watching. That might be a controversial channel. All right, here. We'll click into this one. Like, I want y'all to realize, oh, can we talk about this? Shadow Hair says batteries are destroying our environment and made via slave labor. Yeah. So everyone who thinks they're saving the planet by driving a Tesla, exactly what Shadow Hair said. They're destroying the places where all the minerals and shit for those are mined. Yep, they're done with slave labor. And there's a clip floating around of this guy that had I don't know if it was a Tesla truck or car, unmanned, right? Crashed into his house, called the cops. The cops weren't even there. This tow truck driver showed up within 3 minutes And the guy was like, hey, this crashed into my house. Why are you towing it? I think we need to wait for the cops. And the tow truck driver was like, shut the fuck up. I'll kill you. And towed the Tesla off. And then you have people like Sunny Hostin, who I don't want to get too much on the topic of climate change, but if you haven't seen this, this woman is on The View, right?
The View's Sunny Hostin faced pushback from her own co-host after she tried to connect last week's earthquake in New York City and yesterday's total solar eclipse to, that's right, climate change. Let's watch.
We've got the earthquake. She ran down the hallway.
The rapture is here.
The rapture's here. And then also I learned that cicadas are coming.
Cicadas.
Although I love for the first time in like
No,
100 years.
No.
Two different. Well, this is what I read. Two different times.
Whoopi's like, shut your dumb ass up. The cicadas, girl, it's pronounced cicada.
Different kinds of cicadas.
Yes, two different times are coming.
The good cicadas and the bad
So
cicadas.
for the first time in many, many years.
No, every 17 years this happens.
Well, that's not what I read, but maybe, you know.
That's not what I read, Whoopi. Oh my God. I hate people like this. I'm sorry. People like this, I can't talk to you. I can't be friends with you. You're dumb. Please get out of my space.
Make you know better. But
in
I
a
will
way.
say all those things together would maybe lead one to believe that, you know, either climate change exists
That's more
or
the
something
point.
is really going on.
returning.
Earthquakes are not at the mercy of climate change. It's underground. It can't. I don't think
It happens,
How about
and
the warming of the planet?
the eclipse, they've known about the eclipse coming because eclipses happen, and they actually can say when
Sunny Hostin is an attorney, by the way.
these things are going to happen. So all these folks who are saying, you know, it's a sign from God, God doesn't give you warning. Okay?
So
That's all I wanted to show. The cicadas, the earthquake, and the eclipse were all caused by climate change, you guys. Oh my God. That woman. So I was watching. So into more fuck shit to do with food, right? There's, hold on, let me pull this up. Let me see if I gotta pause it and then I'll share it. So, as we know, again, we are mass producing food, I think, on a level that was even more than like when I was a kid, right? Farming, whether that's fruit, vegetables, some sort of livestock, etc., etc. And I understand getting a good yield out of those crops because that is a lot of seed, labor, water, and then harvesting. Like a lot goes into your little bunch of cilantro or whatever. I understand sometimes, you know, you need pesticides are a thing. I try to go organic. But this video came up because, again, I was researching. This video came up yesterday. Let me see if I can, full screen it. Okay. I'm gonna full screen it. Let me share this. So this is from a woman in Australia. And what I got from this is her and her, quote, neighbor both have farms. I don't know the size, output, if it's personal, local, commercial, whatever. But this helicopter starts flying over and spraying hers and her neighbor's property, and she's not happy.
Actually serious.
I know it is, darling.
That little girl breaks my heart.
So now they're over our property spraying. My husband is down the back. We have not consented. We've also sent emails to the aviation company to state that we do not consent to low-flying vehicles over our property. Yet here we are. And they're flying over boundary our land and our neighbours. They're within 150 metres of our neighbour's house, which was not supposed to be the case. And they've sprayed my land when I've explicitly said I do not consent. I have livestock, children. They're now spraying over the South Pine River. They've sprayed over the South Pine River now. So that has gone directly into a water source, despite the fact that the regulation and guidelines says that it is dangerous to aquatic life and should not be used near waterways. And they have sprayed it directly over the South Pine River.
So did not consent to this. Sounds to me like she has an idea of who it is, doesn't exactly know what they're spraying, right? And sometimes when they spray, it's like, okay, you know, like when they would do mosquito abatement in certain areas, shout out to all my Floridians, they tell you you need to close your windows, be inside, and stay inside because, like, you can't be out there breathing this shit in. This is just her livestock's out there. Her child is out there. But the puppy dog is out there. Kala says, do you know that they pay farmers to grow corn and harvest it in a good portion because they get paid to grow so much of it? A good portion ends up in there and rocks. It can't be used, ruin soil too. Yeah, you like if you have a homestead or just a large garden, you've got to rotate your crops. You know, there's like nitrogen, acidity, alkalinity, all kinds of stuff to do with the soil. To do with the soil. And that's why the Dust Bowl happened, is because they like started to do all of this commercial farming. They basically fucked up like and messed with God, there's a name for it. Like the kind of like the topsoil and all of the plants were holding that in, and then the drought happened, and that like if you've never watched anything about the Dust Bowl, it is terrifying because the Dust Bowl was essentially caused by man. Like Mother Nature just happened to play a role in it, and they were talking about, oh, should we help the people in the Dust Bowl and the farmers and in Washington, D.C. And as they were discussing it on Capitol Hill, a huge like cloud of dust from the Midwest came blowing in and like blacked out the sky. And they were like, yeah, we'll help. So that was a harsh lesson and like fucking with the land. So why do they fuck with the food? It's cheaper, it's easier. I think there's a larger agenda, as well as other things that have been pushed on society, and we were told, no, it's safe and it's effective, and you should absolutely do this thing. And now 4 years later, come to find out that was all bullshit, and it's actually really harmful and fucking people up majorly. What's one of the things, especially in the 80s and like into the 90s, I remember being a kid and everything was cholesterol, trans fat, saturated fat, right? Fat's bad for you. Fun fact, you shouldn't use fat-free dressing. You should be using like an olive oil, balsamic vinegar, some sort of vinegar, like a vinaigrette. The good fats in the oil literally help you absorb all of the nutrients from the dark leafy greens. If you've got some carrots, whatever is in that salad, you need fat in there, right? Use a vinaigrette for your salad dressing, and it's fucking delicious. Like, it's, if you've got one of those little mixy cold foamy deals, you can make a vinaigrette at home. 3 or 4 ingredients, you know what's in it, you control the sodium, it's good fat. Get a good quality, high quality olive oil, or if you prefer a shavacado oil, I would stick with the olive oil. You need fat in there to absorb the nutrients. So there was a big, and I found a whole bunch of stuff too about how the food pyramid is a scam and like it's actually not good for you. And there's so much, but this really kind of piqued my interest because when I was growing up, there was a very big push against cholesterol. Oh, my cholesterol's high, my cholesterol test, this, that, the other thing, all this stuff. And I stumbled across this gentleman's video. It's 3 minutes long, and I found it very, like I said, I had so much wild stuff come up, things I've never even heard of or was aware of. All goes back to the same thing. What are we eating? What are we taking in? What are we cutting out? What do we think we're nourishing our bodies with? Are we being told the truth? What's the actual deal with GMOs? What's good? What's bad? Fat is not bad for you. Eat real butter. Please eat real butter. Don't use margarine. Don't use spray butter. Like, use real butter. So I found this guy's video and he talks about cholesterol. Now, again, we're here just to have fun. This is for entertainment. We're just, we're exploring and entertaining some conspiracy theories. And he talks about cholesterol in the brain. Listen.
No, part 9. 75% of the mass of a human brain is made up of a substance called myelin. And myelin is made up 100% by cholesterol. I'll leave it there. On a separate and completely unrelated subject, Alzheimer's disease is a neurodegenerative brain disease which destroys brain cells. Now, Alzheimer's never existed until 1979, and yet now it is one of the leading causes of death in Western societies. On a separate and completely unrelated subject, margarine was first invented in 1869 because Napoleon wanted a cheaper and longer-lasting fat for his armies to travel with.
This man is going to say something. He's a man after my own heart. Creakin knows exactly what this man is about to say.
It didn't gain popularity until the Second World War, when butter and other animal fats were scarce. Grew in popularity in the 50s, but by the 70s, the animal fats in it had been replaced with vegetable oils. Because obviously animal fats contain saturated fat and a lot of cholesterol. So they wanted to offer a lower cholesterol.
Which, no. Like, I use vegetable oil. I actually prefer peanut oil. Use butter. Like, if I'm going to make homemade tamales or tortillas, I use lard, animal fat. Beef tallow, like, because again, understand, this is better for the human body. But historically, we were not as sedentary as we were now. So we need to take in these animal fats, as he's explaining. But we were also up doing manual labor. We had to spend all day cooking food. And, we didn't have washing machines in the house. And we were traveling and hunting and farming and doing all of this manual labor, very much, physical all day long. Now we sit in front of a computer all day. So, but within moderation, animal fats are so much better for you than all this other shit. And margarine is the devil.
Alternative. I'll leave it there. On a separate and completely unrelated subject, margarine is one molecule away from being plastic.
One molecule away from being plastic. Oh my God. When Naked and Laughing said that to Cobes, I was like, this bitch. It's the only fucking thing that's come out of her gutter mouth that I have ever agreed with her on. Margarine is one molecule away from being plastic. It is terrible. Use real butter. And in my cheap little grocery store by me, right? It's like not even a mid to higher end grocery store. I can get like 2 pounds of rolled Amish butter for $10.99. I'm gonna buy that. Come fall, when Grandma Burp starts baking, we're getting the Amish butter. And it's just like this log of butter. And I'm so fucking excited.
Now, as any chemist will tell you, one molecule can make a huge difference to the finished compound. Take ethanol and methanol, for example. One molecule difference, but very, very, very different results when ingested into the human body. Right? So I'll leave it there. On a separate and completely unrelated subject, a simple experiment to do at home is to take a slab of butter, a slab of vegetable margarine with no animal fats in, and a slab of plastic, and stick them all outside in your garden.
And just throw the margarine out.
And have a look what happens. Very quickly, all the wildlife in the area is going to be attracted to that butter, from the flies and the beetles and the mini beasts, through the birds, the rodents, all the way up to the apex predators, foxes, badgers, bears. If there happens to be no other wildlife around, then bacteria and mold will very, very quickly consume it because it's easily digestible for all organic life forms.
And it's fucking delicious.
The margarine and the plastic will sit there for weeks. Nothing in nature will touch them. Try it. I'll leave it there. On a separate and completely unrelated subject, I invite all GPs out there to check your patients' medical records and see how many of your dementia and specifically Alzheimer's patients have been on statins and or low cholesterol diets for many years. I'd be very interested to hear your feedback in the comments.
Sarah, could be. I don't know. But I find that very interesting what he shared. Because yeah, I mean, they're in baby formula, and when mothers are nursing, that's one of the most important things that newborns and babies are getting from breast milk. And if they have to be formula fed, that needs to be in the formula are like certain kinds of fats, because it directly affects the brain development. Fats. Like we're so brainwashed to be like, oh my God, fat is bad. Fats are bad. No, there's good fats and bad fats, healthy fats, if you will, like avocados. If you actually get a real avocado, that's not all bendy. That has good fat in it. We all know fish is high in omega-3s. Fantastic for you. What else is there? Just animal fats are good for you. Natural fats are good for you, especially in this day and age. Again, moderation, because we have such sedentary lifestyles now. There are still parts of the world where they think it's weird. It's fucking weird that we pay to go and exercise, because they're out like, working and cooking and farming and all this stuff. And they're like, you pay to work out? It's strange. Western civilization is strange. Don't doctor armchair me, chef. God damn it. And I know everyone wants to, eat healthy, and it's always something. And there's always, like right now, the big thing is like collagen. And then before that, everyone was on a turmeric kick. And and I get a lot of different videos. I think I might start saving them again. We're going to do a Discord dump soon on a members only. I have so many videos in there, and I get a lot of things where it's like, take honey and lemon juice and cayenne and turmeric, and it's like an all natural, like antibiotic thing, and it'll last and all that stuff. And again, we all need to learn, like, if you're able, learn how to ferment foods, preserve foods. You know, even if it's on like a small scale, like use beef tallow. You can use that to make your own lotion, and it's better for you than all this like chemical bullshit. There's like a whole bunch of sunscreens that have been pulled off the market because the ingredients in the sunscreen were causing cancer that you're supposed to be using to protect you against cancer. Like, can we stop now? Look at baby powder, shower to shower. How many of our moms used baby powder on us? Women, how many of you use shower to shower? You know, or talc powder? Maybe a little in the summertime. Oh, come to find out, it was causing ovarian and cervical and other gynecological cancers. And Johnson & Johnson allegedly knew. Yes. Yes, safely ferment. But I think it's a lost art, preserving food, you know, canning food, fermenting food. And again, fermented food is so good for your gut biome. Listen, there's a reason kimchi is popular all across the world now. That's fermented. And it's so good for you. And it's fucking delicious. It's delicious. I love cabbage and I love spicy. I love that shit. And there's nothing wrong with buying store-bought kimchi. Try to get something in a glass jar. It's usually better. So my whole point being, I don't think there's any escape. You know, they have to go back to like blood samples from, I think it's before the Civil War. And there's only one small island left on the entire planet where everyone else everyone else on Earth ever since, we are all born with Teflon, the nonstick pan coating, because it's used in other things too. We are born with that in our blood. They have to go back to like Civil War or blood samples or some shit to find people that don't have that in their system. Microplastics are the new thing. Yeah. You know, we're drinking water out of plastic bottles, Tupperware containers, microwave. I could have told you that was a thing. I don't think, unless you're going to completely go off grid, homestead, do everything yourself from start to finish, and it would take years to get established. We're going to have to rely on mass produced. Is it pre-Vietnam era? Why am I thinking? Okay, thank you. Thank you, Tank. Thank you for correcting me. I don't know why I said that. It's the fucking cold brew. I got this new, hold on. I got these new pans. And they're amazing. They're not ceramic. It's like, look them up. I forget how it's described, but it's not like a coating that's sprayed on there. It's just the material of the pans. They're amazing. They're nonstick. The brand is called Starfrit and the line is called Rock. I bought 2 of them on a whim at Big Lots. And at first, Mama Berba was like, and then she used one and she's like, holy shit, these are amazing. And I'm like, bitch, I told you. Just bought a whole new set. Replaced all of our pots and pans with these. They're amazing. That's the name of it. Please look them up. I think we got a whole new set on, it's like $150. I'm not sure if it was Amazon or whatever. Thank you, Tank. I appreciate it. You know, there's no escaping, especially at this point. And, you know, us Gen Xers, we grew up drinking Kool-Aid, eating warm bologna sandwiches, and drinking warm hose water. It was great. I don't think there's any way to escape everything. The chemicals, the weird foods. Again, like with everything, use your discernment. Don't go to extremes. Try to, just do your best and be balanced and be as healthy as you can be. Something's going to take everybody out one day. But, let's try to be here as long as we can. Oh, Capri Suns too. Have you seen? Oh, speaking of Capri Suns, those things of like applesauce that all the parents get now, where it's like a little pouch of applesauce. Don't be so quick to get those because you cut those open and there's like mold and stuff in there. Same with the Capri Suns. That kind of shit freaks me out. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Yes. Yes. Diff says cast iron, ceramic, and stainless steel for me. If you have stainless steel pans, the trick with stainless steel is you have to heat it up so the steel expands and closes up all the little pores in it. And where it's like if you sprinkle some water on there and it like beads up and runs around, it's hot enough. And that's when it won't, but that's when it will be nonstick. Like, yep, the pouch things. Exactly, T girl. Never use talc. Don't use talc on your lady parts. And that like all over deodorant has kind of been skeeving me out. Is it Lume? Lume? I heard they had to like pull it off the market and reformulate it because it's supposed to be an all over body deodorant. So use it under your boobs, use it down. It's hot. It's summer. If you got a little fupa, little, little thigh action going on, all over body deodorant. Okay, cool. I heard tell they had to again pull it off the market and reformulate it because people were getting like rashes and reactions to it. You got to be careful when you're a lady. She's a lady. There's so much more I can go into. And like I said, Monsanto, between the Roundup thing, the genetically modifying seeds, which again, I understand there's a use for that. We want to grow bigger tomatoes faster. Is that necessarily a bad thing? Does it have adverse health effects on it? I don't know. But what I know is to not trust large corporations. Lest we forget things like DuPont, where it was found factually in a court of law, YouTube, that they opened up a plant or had a plant in some area and they were dumping bad chemicals. And this one farmer, all of his livestock started dying. And he's like, hey, what's going on? And he suspected they were dumping bad chemicals close to his land and all this stuff. And I'm leaving out a lot of details because I don't remember them. Long story short, coming to find out, they were dumping chemicals. It killed his livestock, caused him and his wife multiple cancers. And I believe one of them passed and maybe one survived. I can look into that. There's so many stories. Yes, DuPont knew. And this was proven in a court of law, YouTube. Yes, DuPont knew about everything they did. They just didn't care. But what did they say publicly? No, it's not us. It's fine. You can trust it. I personally, for my own reasons, my opinion, my conspiracy, allegedly, whatever, is I don't trust big corporations. I don't care what product they're trying to sell, push at me, force me to eat, drink, or otherwise. Oh, it's safe. Is it though? It's effective. Is it though? Because usually it's not. There was a time when we were putting arsenic in wallpaper because it made a pretty green color and sharing radioactive, shit on our face because it would keep us looking young. And what is it? Is it the clock girls? Was it uranium where they would paint the clocks, and to get their brushes straight, they would all like lick the tips of their brush, and they all ended up getting like freaking bone cancer in their jaws and stuff. Oh, 100% they knew. Sarah, don't talc the scooter and don't take a cooter to the ankle. Exactly. Yes, radium. Thank you, Shadow Hair. Yes, thank you, Tank. Yes, the radium girls. Oh my God. But I think we know a lot more than we used to back in the day, and the entities and powers that be that know. And, so just again, be careful with your food. My Twitter is in the description. If you run across anything, because again, it's not just the food itself, it's things like, oh, cholesterol is bad for you. And then watching that video where it's like, is it though? And is that what's affecting the Alzheimer rates? And why it suddenly appeared? And I don't think any one thing, too much of any one thing is not good for you, right? But then to also negate all of one thing is also not good for you. I think humans need to be more balanced than going one extreme or the other. Not good. And you also have to listen. We also have to remember that life is short and we need to enjoy it while we're here. So have that piece of chocolate cake every once in a while. Don't eat the whole cake every fucking day, Amberlyn Reed, but enjoy yourself when you're out for a birthday or whatever. Enjoy it. It's okay. Don't punish yourself. Enjoy your friends. Enjoy your family. Enjoy yourself. And we just got to do our best to navigate through what is now this crazy world, which seems to be getting crazier by the day. There's so much I want to talk about. Some of it I can't talk about on YouTube. I don't know if y'all want me to start talking about, like the Great Panini and Pokey Pokey Bowls. I have to do that on Rumble. Have to do it here. Yes, bees lightly. Wiser words have never been said, Chef Mike, who bees lightly. Oh my God. Yeah, you look back through history and it's like so much sad stuff, so much weird stuff. And it's like, how did they not know? Or, how is that allowed to happen? And in the past 4 years, I can understand. There's so much stuff. I don't want to get too deep or too controversial, but it's like these days, if you don't agree with all of something, or you're like, hey, that's weird, I'm not okay with that, then you're labeled as hateful or this or that. And it's like, but no, this is not an okay thing. Logic, reason, balance, crazy, I know. All right. Well, more and more is coming about the panini and the ahi tuna poke bowl. So let me write down. I have a list of stuff I want to do this weekend. I'm gonna try and stream like Friday. But I want to work on stuff like figuring out how to stream. I have a Rumble channel. Because there's a lot of stuff coming out about that. I don't know if y'all saw the recent hearings with Fauci, Thanks, Duke. I hope I did good. I hope you enjoyed. Can talk about more food stuff. And if there's anything weird, you can DM it to me on Twitter. You can tag me in it on Twitter. If you have access to me on Discord, send it to me there. And just an FYI, I do regular and activity suites in my Discord. It's nothing personal. If you were inactive, you want to come back in, like that's fine. Let me know. So I just don't want anyone like getting upset. It's just something I've always done, something I'll always do. I've had Discords for like 10 years, and it's just how I've always run it because, you know. And we're going to talk about lots more spooky stuff. But I've been seeing these videos go around, and I know food is one of the like universal things everyone loves. Everyone has to eat. Oh, Akala, I think I know what you're talking about. Is it the real pretty English lady is the host, and she's like dangers in the Victorian household, or ooh, was it the one she talked about? Was it like the early, like the Edwardian when refrigerators were new and they used to blow up? Oh my god, that's wild. Yes. Mm. Yeah, I don't want anyone getting upset or taking it personal. Like, it's just something I've always done. And I'm not talking about like a day or a week. I'm talking about like you joined and you never talked, or it's been like 4 months, right? I understand people get busy, you drift in and out. I don't consider inactivity like a couple of weeks or even a month. I consider it like you never talked, or it's been 4, 5, 6 months. Then it's like, okay, cool. So no, yeah, I watch her. I think it is absolute history. But feel free to send me anything regarding this, anything else you guys would be interested in me talking about for spoopy, weird conspiracy streams. I really need to button down on getting my Rumble set up so I can stream over there and talk about. It's going to be a lot more controversial / heavier topics like SRA, all the weird stuff in Hollywood, Diddy-esque weird, just things I can't talk about here, sensitive subjects. I will put up the appropriate warnings and all that. So thank you everyone so much for being here. I love these streams. They're so fun. They're so interesting. I love hearing what you guys think and continuing the conversation afterwards, because a lot of this is just so wild to me, and it does affect all of us. And I don't know what I'm going to do next for Spoopy stream, but hopefully I'll be back Friday. Probably catch up on some Gore World stuff. I hear FFG's been on one, so maybe we'll dip in on the fry. It is Friday after all, but we'll see. If not Friday, I should be back Saturday. So I'll let you guys know. I appreciate everybody so much. Please hit the thumbs up. Please share me out with your friends. I thank everyone for showing up, replay, supporting the channel. I love y'all so much, and I will talk to you later. Roxy's ready to go. To baby gross. Okay, bye.